So very, very close. They almost totally redeemed themselves, only to have the lead and the game falter. The Oilers lose in overtime in tremendous fashion, 2-1. Hi, buddy. Welcome to the GCL Diesel Oil Stream post-game show. Tom Gazzola, Shawn Belle, Ben Thomson with you here inside the EST Global HQ. Huge thank you to all of our partners for coming out to the client mixer. We had a really good time watching that game. Heartbreak in these studios and this office when that goal went in. Actually, when both goals went in that Tampa scored. Shawn Belle.
Well, it was kind of funny because it was like, 10, 15-second delay between the two TVs.
In the different rooms, yes.
Different rooms, and the one room was,
oh my God.
We're like, you guys are lying. You're lying. And then it happened.
They weren't lying, unfortunately.
Tough way to lose a game.
Wow.
But you have to take some positives from it.
Is that what we're going to do tonight?
We need to.
Okay. I'm all right with that.
Because we've eviscerated the team for the last, 2-3 games.
We certainly eviscerated them on the pregame show.
Eviscerated the team for the last 2-3 games.
Is it eviscerating the team right now?
It's not right now.
Okay,
that's
measured?
a good thing. Now.
Oh, okay. Well, before we get going.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. Before we really crank it up here, we have to remind everyone that the oil stream presented by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years. Cam from GCL Diesel in the house tonight, watching with pain in his heart and his eyes at what happened during that collapse. You can join the conversation. Text line 780-218-9999. Get into the nasty chat over on YouTube. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I thought the effort was much better. They played feisty. They were forechecking better. They limited chances on the defensive end. I thought they got some saves.
Yeah.
I thought there was a lot of things that they did much better than they have in previous games. Yes, the loss stings. It does sting. Because you had it right in your hand.
It was right in there.
It was. It was 2 minutes and 30 seconds, something like that. 2:29 away from winning that game. So it hurts.
Yeah.
I get it. It stings.
2:32 left when Nick Paul scored.
But you got to take some positives. Because if you, more often than not, if you play that way in a game, you're going to come out on the right side of it. Today sucks.
Any solace in the positives, Benny?
Yeah, that first period, I thought was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
They came out flying. Frederick goal was nice to see.
Yes, nice goal too.
Yep, and it felt like they just sustained pressure that whole first period. Second period, Lightning kind of started to come back and show their dominance, and Lightning are a good team, but. It wasn't a bad game, I thought, from the Oilers. You would have liked, probably a couple different plays there to go their way, but Pickard made some saves. Tonight, a lack of scoring was the big end-all, be-all with this team, and it ended up costing them the game. So it was rough to see, but, it is what it is. You just kind of... It's one of those losses where if the Oilers were... much better than what the record is. You look at this loss thing and you go, whatever.
Good point.
But it's because the record that they have, people are going to be very, very
I don't even know
worried.
if it's so much the record. I think it's more the fact that the way that they've played over the last, let's call it two weeks.
Yeah.
The last goal, can you get a save? It's on the ice.
How about Roslovic not trying to just jam it in or roof it?
Yeah, or make one more move to the right.
He has tremendous hands.
It's coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right? Could you get a save? Yeah, maybe he wants that one back. It's a bang play, 3-on-3, comes back the other way. They do a good job of hitting guys that are in full flight, in full stride. It's tough. It's a tough way to lose a game. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. But you also have to look at what they did. How do you generate and find positives? If you're the other team, and you go back in the locker room, you're like, hey, man, I'm pissed that we just lost this game.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, you turn around and say, hey, well, we played way better on the defensive end. We gave up minimal chances. We forechecked better than we have before. We left a lot on the table in terms of pucks that were laying at the net. Case in point, the save right before Tampa scores. There's some stuff that you can take out of that so that you can build and get a better game moving forward. Because we've all been sitting here saying, hey, well, they've been just flat out crappy. Their first period stunk. Well, their first period is better today. Mm-hmm. We talked about it in the pregame show that they were bleeding chances. They didn't bleed chances today. So there's some good stuff that you got to take out of it. They lost. It's a tough loss.
All right. I am going to rattle off some texts. Keep those coming. 780-218-9999. Jump into the nasty chat as well. I have seen a fair share of people. Murray B texting and says much better effort. Mm-hmm. I have seen that from some. But then Marcus, the Caps fan, texts in and says, what was 97 doing on the tying goal? If you're going to try and maintain a 1-goal lead, maybe bear down. That's the difference, Marcus, the Caps fan. And to refresh everybody, Nick Paul's a big guy.
Yeah.
We know this, right? Like, he's a big guy. He's got some skill. He's a bruiser. Like, he can push people around with his size and strength. But McDavid kind of goes in for the quick poke, the ninja poke, to try to take the puck away. Paul takes the net, chips it over the shoulder of Calvin Pickard.
We've talked about at length.
Yep.
That was part of our pregame. Can't bleed chances. That's a chance that you can't give up. You got to be in the right position so that down the road, if you do the right things over and over again, you play the right way over and over again, it becomes second nature. You do not give up chances like that.
Right.
But the Oilers, for the longest time, they're cheating for offense. They're cheating to make sure that they can get back on the offensive end instead of taking care of the defensive end. That goal sums that up.
Mm-hmm. High danger chances for and against for the Oilers today.
Do you want us to guess?
No, well, yeah. Let's guess first. I have the stats.
What were the overall shots?
Overall shots were 24 for Edmonton, 35 for Tampa.
10-5.
10-5 Tampa, 10-5 Edmonton.
10-5 Edmonton.
Okay.
I'll go 15-10 Tampa.
8-8.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Better defense tonight.
Much better defense. That's a point I wanted to make tonight. Very rarely was there a Tampa Bay Lightning that had a high danger chance right in front of the net. I feel like the defense played pretty damn good on clearing guys out, not allowing the Lightning to have those high danger chances. I think about that Hagel shot that Pickard made a fantastic save on. That obviously you'd want a better breakdown and better defense on that. But I thought they had a better defensive performance today. They had some offensive chances. It definitely drew up a little short. I thought their offense looked a little better yesterday, but yeah, I'm definitely. This isn't one of those losses where I'm ready to scream and say Knobloch needs to get fired and they need a new goalie and all this stuff. Like it's to me, you played a pretty damn good Tampa team. It was a 50-50 game, and you end up coming up short off of a ridiculous save that only less than a handful of goalies can make in the NHL in overtime there. So,
do you want that goal back if you're Pickard?
The game winner?
Yeah.
Goes off his pad. Gazzola is a goal scorer. It's a 2-on-1 after a great save like Benny was talking about. It's funny how hockey works that way.
Yeah.
Amazing chance, can't convert. Back the other way, goal.
Yeah.
Another classic example of that. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm okay with giving a shooter who's skilled and has a knack for burying goals his props.
Yeah, and I don't
Even though it
disagree
hit
with
Pickard.
you. I just found it was
because you were never a shooter who could score skilled goals.
Apparently not.
I'm kidding.
I was a third liner my entire career. I don't know. I watched that goal and I was just like, it does go off his pad. Redirects
Far
just
side
inside, just inside the post.
Like
Can you be a little bit more square to that? I don't know. Are we grasping at straws? Maybe.
He made some big saves.
He made some big saves.
That's my point. Like this can't be a loss that's on Pickard. There's no way.
No.
They scored one goal tonight.
They scored one goal tonight,
Yeah.
guys. Like that's not like. I understand, and I just talked about how the defense played pretty solid tonight. Pickard didn't have to make too many tough saves tonight. He made a really good one, Hagel.
Yep.
Yeah, Gensel's a 40 goal scorer in this league, man. He's gonna bury a goal here and there.
That's why I say sometimes you got to give a great player credit for making a play.
It's 3-on-3 overtime. Like a skilled player like Jake Gensel's gonna end it in that situation. Of course, you look at Vasilevsky and the save he made. Yeah, of course. Like it was one ridiculous save on one end, and yeah, maybe Pickard could have made a save on that. But he played solid tonight. I don't understand like how you could come away from tonight going, oh, the Oilers need a new goalie. Like
is that happening in the I'm not in the nasty chat.
Yes. Some people are saying
they scored one goal tonight.
They scored one goal, guys. One goal. Does anyone to blame tonight? It's their offense.
Let's go to the text line, 780-218-9999. Duffman getting into the action. Duffman says, I'm happier with the effort tonight. Pickard played well. McDavid with a soft play on the defensive side on that tying goal. Spent too much time on the back shoulder of Paul. Allows him to cut back into the middle. An extra stride denies him the cutback. And what a save by Vasilevsky in overtime. Adam the Axe Guy says, positive vibes. Or appreciate the positive coach vibes, boys. What are you laughing at?
Matty Hyman. I can't take Belsey seriously as an analyst. Just joking.
No, you're excellent at being an analyst.
Sometimes.
You're very, very good.
I try to speak logically because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
like I'm not trying to rip the team, but I'm not also trying to defend the team. I want to be as impartial as possible and give you a take from a coach. Like I literally coach every single day.
Yes, yes.
So I'm trying to be as honest as I possibly can to give my best opinion because this is what we do. It's opinion based.
Yeah.
But I'm
and
trying
not
to give
be
you
persuaded
the best,
by heartstrings.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm trying to give the best opinion that I possibly can to help soothe your soul.
I don't know how much of what we do soothes anybody.
Well,
I think it fires them up.
Soothe me.
I mean,
We try to be a resource and entertaining.
yeah.
Belzy, you do a good job.
Yeah.
Let's go to Sean Z. Long text here. See how much of it I can get through. Hey, boys. Great game this evening. I actually enjoyed myself for the first time in a while. This is not a negative take, just an observation. First of all, Bouchard actually made a nice body check. It's about time. Who did he catch? Kucherov there?
I saw that.
Yeah. Oilers actually showed some intestinal fortitude this evening.
Testicular?
Intestinal, says Sean Z.
Sorry. I thought it was testicular.
Yeah, I mean, you can swap that word in there if you want to. That said, the Oilers lost this game because the other goaltender was just better, plain and simple. The entire playing field was even. The Oilers lost because the other goaltender made an incredible save at a key moment in the game. Oilers guy could not do the same. I'm not blaming the loss on goaltending at all, just simply pointing out that goaltending is huge. Pickard gave the Oilers an opportunity to win and played very good. But if you're expected to be a Stanley Cup contender, you need to be better than very good. You need to be great. Thanks for taking my call. I will hang up and listen to Sean Z.
Can I just say something to that?
Yeah.
To Sean,
I
go
don't
for it.
disagree with a lot of that conversation, but I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that as a team that was bleeding chances and as a team that was consistently cheating for offense, the goal that was the tying goal was a direct result of cheating for offense. It was a direct result of not having the details in your game. So, yes, you played better, but at the exact same time, you still had something where you were still doing the exact same thing that has been losing you hockey games. And I'm not saying a particular player lost a game. I am not saying that. What I am saying is that the goal that you gave up, you were still reaching for it as opposed to being fully engaged into that particular battle or being fully engaged in having the right body position, being on the right side of the puck, playing a defensive style, because it is 1-0. When you look at a 1-0 game, it is a defensive hockey game, no matter which way you want to spin that. So you're in a defensive battle. You have to find ways to win from a defensive perspective. But if you're going to cheat for offense, well, the reality of the situation, sometimes it ends up in the back of your net. The goal that was scored ended up in the back of your net because you're still cheating for offense.
Yep.
Let's go to Byron from Winnipeg texting in, says, hey guys, competitive effort, but once again, not good enough. Need a win Saturday to go 500 on the road trip. The team ran out of gas in the third. Very disappointing, but they played with pace and effort tonight. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come. Keep grinding. That's from Byron out in Winnipeg. This one, there's been some really good texts that have come in. Kudos to everyone tonight. K-Town Josh says, hey fellas, McDavid was absolutely horrendous on the tying goal. The frustrating part is the next shift. He makes that great play at the blue line where he runs over the D-man to make sure the puck gets out. Same old story every game this year for the Oilers. Guys only playing when they want to and not playing until the final buzzer. Shout out Calvin Pickard. That's Josh from K-Town. Then speaking of Pickard, JB says, this loss is on Tommy for mentioning Pickard. Shut up. Facetiously, of course. That is a much better game and the kind of loss this team should have more than they do. Tampa had to earn it. Of course you will lose some, but they don't have to be as ugly as they have been. You guys have a good show. Thank you, JB. Great text. We are getting really good text.
Great text today.
Like it's not rage like last night.
Yeah.
There is an appreciation for the effort, not the result, obviously. Disappointment in the mistakes that were costly. These are good texts tonight, guys. Like I'm giving the nasties one of those because I mean we're
I would agree.
25 minutes into this show and it's not
Get
this guy out of here, fire the coach, what is this guy? You gotta get Paul Coffey in here, you gotta get a new GM, that was last night. Tonight we're seeing rational, well thought out text. So thank you guys.
It was deserved yesterday. Tonight
absolutely.
Tonight does not deserve that talk. It was this is honestly I think one of the texters mentioned it, this is a loss to build off of. Like you didn't get the end result you wanted.
Yeah.
But there was a solid effort. You could have scored maybe a couple more goals. One goal is not enough, 100%.
Yeah.
But you're playing against a team that has beat you in the Stanley Cup final back-to-back years on Saturday. Let's go. Yeah, you have a solid performance Thursday night. Follow it up.
May I?
Yep.
I don't like this is a loss to build off of.
Yeah.
Not because it isn't true.
Yeah.
Because it is. And credit to that whoever texted that in. I don't like it because we're at a point now where we have to look at a game like this and be like,
That's fair.
well, you can build off
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
That's how it's more so the situation as opposed to that text
Yeah.
stating something that is true.
Yeah.
And I don't like the situation that this team has put itself in where we have to look at a loss like tonight and be like, you know what? There were some good things in that game. They can build on that. Like that scenario is just like, oh,
They tried today, so we're good.
Yeah.
up and up, boys. Here we go.
I get it too, and I want to echo that statement because you're right. They still lost, so there's still got to be like, oh man, we lost tonight. Because even though you carried the play for the most part, like you did a lot of really good things, but you still lost.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, like you guys just mentioned, well, it's been so bad that we have to take this and we have to look at it and be like, okay, well, you
That's
took a
the part
step
I
in
don't
the
like.
right direction.
Yes.
That part it's tough to swallow because the reality is that you should have been already in the right direction, not trying to play catch up now.
Yep.
That's probably the biggest issue. And
That's the problem I have.
And I agree with you in
That text
terms
is
of that.
100% correct.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh God,
You just
why
wish
are we at
that
this
you
point?
weren't in that particular spot.
Totally.
Because when you look at the team and what they did tonight, you still say, okay, well, they
There's
have
a check mark.
They have
There's
a better
check mark.
effort. They forechecked better. They defended better. There was some big saves. Like you did a lot of good things.
Trent Frederick scored for crying out loud.
But you should have been doing that in the first place.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I get where you guys are 100% saying.
This one says, even though they lost, that is the first game where I didn't feel outright disdain for this team at some point in a long time. Progress, I guess. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go to Jimmy O says if Roslovic had only dipsy doodled that puck, the Oilers have. That's the first thing I said when we watched the replay. I'm like, why did he jam it? He's got such good, quick hands.
He
and
got hit
tight.
with a scorpion, buddy.
That text is a direct shot at what Knobloch was saying
Yes.
in that angry speech he had.
The
In
dipsy
Detroit.
doodling.
The dipsy doodling.
Yeah.
I think that's
Well played.
where he's tying that. To,
That text has layers, baby.
Yeah.
Again.
Little double entendre.
All Roslovic needed was a little Viagra on his stick. That's all he needed.
Yep.
He just needed a little Viagra on that stick.
Yep.
The deserve to win-o-meter,
Oh.
and it's
I
1,000.
want to look at this.
What do they do? 1,000 simulations. Actually, this one's after 500 game simulations. This one says 50-50. I know you wanted to know, Tommy, on the deserve to win-o-meter. Actually, the Lightning on this one came out 50.7 to 49.3. It's an interesting tool or gauge of the game, but then you hear like how it accumulates its final result, and you're like,
I have a different.
that.
Mine says it's 76.6 for Tampa.
Really?
Yeah. 1,000 times.
That one came
similar.
in 20 minutes ago, so I'm backtracking.
Maybe it's updated, but
Yeah.
like you were just saying, it's the way they calculate it. I don't look heavily into it.
Like,
That
did you
hard.
say 70%?
76.6%.
76% suggests that you just dominated a team.
Yeah. That was not a
Am I
domination.
like completely loaded and think something completely different?
Yeah.
No.
That was.
It's an interesting. Matt, you know what it does? It's a lightning rod of controversy, is what.
That one's got layers
And I did
too.
not mean the pun, by the way.
Oh,
My bad. Coach Mike says Pickard was great until he wasn't. Don't know what Jack was talking about. I thought it was a sloppy game. Coach Mike.
I don't know. That back to the deserve to win meter. I had to pick. I should have been a 50-50 in my opinion. Like it was the high danger chances 8-8. I think it says it all right there.
We're a dipsy doodle away from talking about Oilers winning
2-1 win and
being like,
I'm getting
can
a
they
couple
finish
people
this above 500.
yeah.
There's a couple people in the nasty chat that are saying, yeah, they did get absolutely dominated.
I did not see that.
I mean,
Third
okay.
period, Tampa brought it.
Yeah, for
They
sure.
did bring it, yeah.
I can tell you where the high danger chances came in each period. The Oilers had high danger chances. They had 3 in the first period, 4 in the second, 1 in the third. And then for Tampa, it was 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and 4 in the third. So yeah, Tampa definitely probably deserved to tie that game. They had the high danger chances 4-1 in that one, but to me, it's the other team's gonna push back. That's all. That's you can't expect this team to dominate for a full 60. And don't get me wrong, could the Oilers have played still better tonight? Like yeah, of course. But Tampa had a good third period, tied it up. One goalie makes a ridiculous save on one, and the other one doesn't make a save on a 40 goal shot. Like it is what it is. It's how the game goes.
Still hurts.
It does.
Oil
It
country
does.
still hurts from this one. All right, this text out of Saskatchewan says, way better effort, tough way to lose, broke the puck out better, protected the house better, battle level was up. Still don't agree with the 97-29 killing penalties. If I had to gripe about something, good hockey game.
Yeah, I don't really care for that. It'd be nice.
Which part?
It'd be nice to see other guys have roles on the team as opposed to putting 97 and 29 on the PK. Weren't people when Tortorella was in Vancouver complain about? He said, "Well, I'm going to put the Sedin twins on the PK," and people are like, "Why would you do that? Like, you don't want them blocking shots.
Yeah.
These are your best players."
I don't like McDavid Draisaitl on PK.
I don't care for it. I'd like to see other guys have an opportunity to get on the ice and show what they can do and have a role.
A little bit of responsibility. Yeah, I think that goes a long way. Let's go to cards. You have to just roll Pickard now, you figure. What do you think? I was thinking about that today too. Like, especially if they had won. Obviously, Pickard would play on Saturday. If he had gotten the shutout, which I was predicting until 2 minutes and 32 seconds left or whatever it was, then you had to, right?
Yeah.
But now, even though he only gives up 2, Does he automatically get the start on Saturday? I still think he will. I think he will.
Go with the hot hand. Which sounds very crazy.
The guy with
considering
2
they
wins
lost.
this year?
Yeah. Considering they lost the game, it sounds crazy, but he played pretty good today. So what you're looking for is some form of stability. And if you have a guy that actually played pretty good, you might want to go back to him. Once again, it sounds really crazy. Go with the hot hand. Giving has 2 wins. But he played well. You gotta find something right now, and because you're 9-10, gotta find something.
Woof. West End Rob Texan says, guys, for everyone blaming the goalie, Pickard doesn't need to make that stop if Roslovic does his job. Yep. He did not need to fly by. He stops in front, and the puck is in. West End Rob, I wondered about that too, my friend.
Let's get it up.
That's
well, he tried, but he jammed it right into the pad. He tried to get it.
Lifts his
I'm
pad.
saying get it up.
Yeah, it's funny
like
how
they do next door.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, they do.
Neither do I.
It's funny how in those moments, I think like when you're on the ice and when that moment happens, I think in Roslovic's head he's just going like, "Okay, that's just on his stomach. Just
blast
like
it in. Blast it in.
Just get it. Like don't sugarcoat this. Just get it in.
That was inadvertent.
It was. Hey, that was a ricochet.
Just get it in.
It's a bang bang play.
We're on fire right now. Sorry, Benny.
Vasilevsky was on his stomach, and Roslovic just had to get it in, and it didn't end up going that way. He could have
finished this.
He could finish.
We're
in after hours here at Edmonton Sports Talk.
Where are you going to finish this statement?
Oh, boy.
Into the pad.
Oh, my God. Do we have any audio to get to?
We don't have any.
Stop this senseless nonsense.
We don't have any yet. I'll keep looking.
Dirty Curdy texted in, says, moral victories suck, but for once you can say the give a crap meter met our expectations. Finish the damn trip with a win against the team that fed you your lunch in the cup final, and maybe that sets us back on course. Until leaders lead with defensive stoutness, we will continue to falter. Signed, Dirty Curdy.
Dirty Curdy. Good for you, man. Nice work.
Giving out
a lot of those.
Long. All right. You can text us 780-218-9999. The Oilers fall 2-1 in overtime. They're up with 2.5 minutes left. Nick Paul ties it, and then they almost score in OT. As is hockey tradition, one opportunity stopped or comes so close and doesn't end up in the back of the net. They go back 200 feet, and it ends up in the back of the net. It's heartbreak. It's frustrating. It's painful. But it's reality, and it's the one the Oilers are living in right now. They fall to 9-5 on the season. Let's get to your turning point of the game, brought to you by Advantage Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy. At Advantage Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy, they like to remind everyone that Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists while you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach trusted by the best in the game at Advantage Sport Medicine. Book your assessment today. www.advantagesportmed.ca or call 780-460-9977. Listen, I know I could go to the McDavid going onto the wrong side of Nick Paul, trying the little ninja stick sweep, try to steal it rather than taking the body or being on the right side of Nick Paul and disallowing him from getting to the slot to get that shot. I could go there. I'm going to go to Roslovic not tucking that one in. And then the puck coming back the other way. Like, it was right there. That, to me, is a turning point of the game because 8 seconds later...
Turning point, yes, I would agree
in the back
with
of your
you.
net.
But we just got to reiterate, we are not blaming the loss on Roslovic.
No.
Okay,
I'm saying that's the turning point
I'm seeing a lot
of the
of people
game.
in the nasty chat being like, whoa, we're not blaming the loss on Roslovic. No, we are not.
That's the turning
point of the game. Yes, I agree with you. Because you don't put the puck in the net, it then goes back the opposite way.
Correct.
And it goes in the back of your net. That is a turning point.
Objective turning point.
Is not blaming Roslovic.
Subjectively picked by me.
For the loss in any way, shape, or form. Just need to make sure we point that out.
Yeah.
Tree the nest. Funny.
Like it's,
You're not
No,
supposed to finish
no,
there, Benny,
no,
is what
yeah.
I'm being told.
yeah. Not supposed to finish where, Benny?
The pads.
Oh
That's what it
boy.
is.
Okay.
My goodness.
Okay.
My neighbors.
Okay. Yeah.
I like that one. Bell hates Roslovic post hit. His kid plays for my teams.
Yeah.
Hate him. I hate him. Can't finish. Can't finish.
All right. So the Oilers pick up a point. Okay. Yes, they could have had 2. Yes, they were, a couple minutes away. I saw somebody also text in saying, why did Jack have to mention that the Oilers have just 1 win in their last 12 games in Tampa and this and that? And that cursed them.
Yeah.
Listen, I cursed them by saying I thought that Calvin Pickard would get a shutout. I said that on the pregame show, and until 2.5 minutes remaining in the game, I was like, damn, I'm going to be right again.
Oh, you should have seen what Hernan was saying.
What was Hernan saying?
Hernan was just like, the Oilers are back. Pickard's getting a shutout. This is great. They're back. They're back. They're back.
And he wasn't even drinking.
Nope.
Wow.
There was a lot of guys that were like,
They're
they're back.
back.
Maddie's like, I never worried about them. They're here to stay. Okay.
Not quite, but close. Not really, but better effort.
All right.
It was a better effort. I think, once again, like, based on the game, yes, the loss sucks. And losing in the NHL sucks. But there's still stuff that you take out of that game and say, you know what? Like, we did a lot of really good things. Stuff that we didn't do in prior games that cost us a game where it's 5-1 against Buffalo. 7-4 against Washington. 9-1 against Colorado. You didn't bleed chances. That is a perfect thing for you to build upon. Because we've all sat here and been like, the goaltending needs to be better. It has to be. But then we also said, well, they've been bleeding chances. Now they didn't bleed chances. Yes, they still lost, but they're not giving up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They gave up 2. You just weren't able to score.
Before we go to Chris, we have Chris Knobloch postgame.
And
Just
Pickard
confirming.
in 5
Okay,
seconds.
before we go to these guys and hear their thoughts, Border City cab driver, shout out to Lloyd, by the way. The goal wouldn't have counted, Border City cab driver says, because Hyman was on Vasilevsky. I did think about that watching the replay. Now, it looked like, to me, Hyman jumped over Vasilevsky. And I wonder, I'm like, if he scored, would that have counted? I'm sure that, obviously they would have reviewed it, but did he do enough to not hinder Vasilevsky? I mean, the guy made the save anyway, which is ridiculous.
And did Hyman go to the crease unforced? That's the proper word. Was he pulled into the court? I'm trying to remember the play in my head.
I think he was digging because he was the first guy. He got the first. He got the rebound, right?
Right.
But I think he
kicked
jumped over
Okay.
Vasilevsky. And listen, Border City Cabbie. I mean, I wondered the same thing, but I watched and I'm like, did he jump? Maybe that would have stood up if it was tucked in by Roslovic. So, are you gonna watch? I'm watching that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us the play-by-play of it. So was it McDavid takes it in?
So
Or was that?
Yeah, the defender does a good job slide blocking right now.
So the shot comes.
Shot goes. He stops right on top of it. Vasilevsky's actually reaching for that puck.
Right.
So he trips over him because Vasilevsky's reaching for the puck.
But does he move or affect Vasilevsky?
Well, 100% he does because
I'm looking at a
right
side
over,
angle. I'm
right over
asking
top of him. So
Okay.
let me help you with this.
Thank you.
Let me turn that.
I
I'll
appreciate.
just full
Oh, look
screen
at that.
it.
You
Look at that.
enhanced.
Okay, enhance.
Enhanced.
So right here.
Okay, yep. So
Right,
2-on-1
2-on-1.
shot from McDavid.
That's
Nurse,
Nurse.
pardon me.
So far pad, it kind of gets jammed up into like it's on. Is it on Hyman's backhand or it comes off the pad? So Vasilevsky's reaching for this puck right now, but Hyman's now stopping on the net. Stick's kind of in the air because he's reaching forward for it, and Hyman's stopping simultaneously.
Yeah.
He's now right on top of him.
He is. You're very good at this.
So as soon as he stops, now he gets tripped up.
Yeah.
And the puck is laying here. So now if you have this particular play and this goes in, if it's Roslovic and it goes in, and you're Tampa, you were 1,000% calling goalie interference because Hyman is laying on top of him, or at least a leg is laying on top of him, which is hindering the opportunity to make a legit save. Now,
he make a legit save.
He makes a legit save by throwing that pad in the air. But if you're Tampa, you're challenging.
You have to.
You have to.
I mean, there's no harm in doing it at all.
Like, he makes a great save.
Wow. Maybe, you know what? Porter City Cap, you might have a good point. But I thought he jumped over him, but...
Yeah, he definitely didn't jump over him. He gets tripped up because Vasilevsky's reaching for that puck.
Would that be considered incidental contact? I don't know. I'm getting into the minutiae. And you know what? We're at a point in the National Hockey League where we don't know what the hell is goalie interference. It's day to day.
They don't know what's going on when it comes to goaltender interference.
Yeah. Anyway, to me, that's still the turning point. They didn't convert on that opportunity. All right, let's go to Tampa and hear from Chris Knobloch.
So, I know you lose and it happens in overtime, but you must be pretty proud of the effort and the near execution of winning it, whether it be in regulation or overtime.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to be happy about. We've been talking about how to play better defensively and better awareness and just digging in on those areas. And I saw a lot of good defensive plays tonight, and obviously Picks had a heck of a game, especially in the third period. But you can see you have a fragile group in the third period. We just a shell of ourselves, not wanting to make a mistake and holding on. And when I hold on, you just have to defend over and over again. And unfortunately, they score that tying goal, and it was too bad because it was a good effort from a lot of guys.
Kelvin did say after the game that he felt like he needed to have a good game individually. With that being done by him, what did you see from your goalie that allowed him to nearly get you 2 points?
Well, it started right off from the start. The first shift, they had a little swarm around the net. He came up with a big save, and then shortly after that, Leon sets up the Frederick goal. Overall in the first and second, I thought we limited the chances. I know there was a couple big ones from Pick, especially the one in the second period on the penalty kill. I made a sliding save. And then in the third period, a couple heroic ones. But we relied on him too much in the third period. Unfortunately, I couldn't get him the win.
Did you get an explanation on the non-offside goal, the Nick Paul regulation mark?
No, that is something for us to challenge, and the player ball has to touch the puck. I believe it was Kucherov on the other side. The puck was over, but Paul has to touch the puck before, and I believe Kucherov did touch the blue line before that puck was touched.
Every loss is disappointing, but is there an extra layer of disappointment when Calvin Pickard has the game he has and you're not able to convert that into a victory?
Absolutely. Pix is a very popular guy in the team. He works extremely hard, and it'd be nice for him to get a reward for all that work that he does. And obviously the team wants to get a win any night, but it would have been nice for him to also.
What would you like to see carry over from this defensive effort tonight into the future?
Just playing with that intensity and that attention to detail, because any team that wins consistently has to be a good defensive team. And yes, you got to be able to score goals, but the most important thing is just keeping the puck out of your nets. And feel that if we can play good, solid defensive hockey, that we'll get our opportunities and we'll score enough goals that we should win most nights.
Okay, I think with Chris Knobloch, it's to the point now where it doesn't matter what he says. A good chunk of the fan base is angry at him, and we saw that in the nasty chat. He said he's proud of the effort. Talked about Pickard playing well in the defense, and people have blown him. You got 4 shots in the third period. Defense played well. It's to that point where the frustration has boiled over, where it doesn't matter what Chris Knobloch says. People are angry. I understand that. I've seen this before with this franchise. Firsthand, many times, actually.
I did see one where it was like, hey, they gave up 35 shots.
Yeah.
And how is that better D? Well, I think according to was a natural hat trick,
Not natural stat trick.
sorry, it was 8 grade A opportunities to 8. So generally speaking, if most of the shots are from the outside,
Yeah.
you are playing better defensively because not even 2 games ago you gave up 22 high danger chances. So the difference between 22 to 8 is quite substantial. That means you actually are defending. If you're keeping teams to the outside and guys are shooting from outside the dots, well, those are low risk shots. They're low percentage shots.
The Oilers have done that a lot this year, where
Yeah.
they have
Where
high
they've given
volume.
up
I was
high
li-
danger
I
chances.
was literally just about to say the Oilers have a pretty high shot volume this year, yet don't have that many grade A chances to follow
I think
it.
they give up 28 shots a night.
Yes, but I'm talking their 4. The Oilers themselves shoot the puck quite a bit actually compared to other teams. I gotta find the stat.
In the meantime, I'm going to rattle off a couple of stats that have come in from our buddy Brian Swain. Swainer with some good stuff tonight says the Oilers have now gone 14 straight road games without a regulation win. The last 7 times the Oilers have held a lead in the second or third period, Bellsy, they've blown the lead and either gone to overtime or lost in regulation. That is very concerning, and it's indicative of how things are right now and why this fan base is pissed off and why the goalie is broken and the backup who's had a bad season, only lets in 2 and people are like, well, that wasn't bad. We could build off that. And I get it. And I've gone through that sentiment that I have about in regard to where we are with this situation. But 7 times, the last 7 times the Oilers have held the lead in the second or third period, they have blown that lead and either gone to OT or lost in regulation. That's a team that doesn't know how to hang on to win.
Well, it's a team that
Or
once
has any killer instinct.
We've talked about they cheat for offense.
Yeah.
And it's a team that when you watch and you look at the big moment games that they've played in, they've been burnt by their lack of detail.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. And when you get into these games where you're up, well, you hope to fall back on that detail. Stick positioning is a detail. Being in the right spots is a detail. Back checking to the right person is a detail.
You want to talk about a back check real quick?
We can. But I mean, those are things right there that limit scoring chances. Those are things right there that allow you to be in the right position so that you can now get rid of a puck. Those are things right there that if a guy has a second opportunity, you're right on top of him so that you eliminate that second opportunity. Those are things that you can do. Those things is what you can do so that you can win games that are 2-1, 1-0, 3-2 when you are leading.
Mm-hmm.
But if you consistently cheat for offense, you'll end up losing those games because you're so concerned about going the opposite way that you're willing to risk your own zone in dangerous chances or guys backdoor or guys that are wide open in the middle of the ice to go the opposite way because you want to score. I get the urge to score. Scoring is fun.
How much of it is the cheating for offense? How much of it is straight up mental lapses at the most inopportune times?
I think it's a little column A and a little bit of column B.
I know. I know there's.
But for the longest
nuance
time,
to it.
this team's always cheated for offense. They've always cheated for offense.
Yeah, it was 2 seasons
Since
ago.
day
though,
one.
guys were 2 or 3 seasons ago where a lot of the guys that are on this team now were good at holding down 1-goal leads and won a bunch of 1-goal games because they would.
You got to
have
be
the stick
willing
in the
to
right
block that.
spot.
You got to be willing to
shot.
block a shot. You got to be willing
Take away the
to take away the lane. You got to be willing to engage in a net front battle. And I'm not saying that guys on the team aren't, but what I'm saying is that this team right now is more concerned about trying to cheat for the opposite way, trying to get back onto the offense versus taking care of the D. And when you give up 22 grade A chances in a game,
like they did last night.
Was it last night? A couple nights
A
ago?
couple nights ago, pardon me.
That's a recipe for disaster. So when I'm talking about, hey, yes, you gave up 35 shots today, but you only gave up 8 grade A chances. Well, yeah, you had a better defensive game.
Yeah. So I found the stat. So about the whole shots equal high danger chances, and it's a direct correlation. Like that's what some people are saying in the Nats chat. Disagree. There's a level of, there's a difference between a shot from the outside by the boards versus the front of your net. The Oilers are third in league in shots.
Yeah.
And we've talked about all season how this team struggles to score. They scored 1 goal tonight. They've found a little bit of scoring here and there the past couple of games, but they're third in the league in shots. You would think that leads to way more goals. It doesn't. Shots don't always equal. Then you must have dominated the game because you had that many shots. It doesn't always mean that. So yeah, Tampa outshot the Oilers tonight. 35-25 is what the final is. I'm willing to bet a lot of them were more from the outside anyway. And obviously, take it with a grain of salt. Natural stature today has high danger chances, 8-8. To me, that's more of an accurate representation of what happened tonight. To me, you can't look at the shot clock for both teams and go, okay, Tampa dominated, because then we'd be talking about the Oilers dominating more games this year because they outshot their
You got to
teams.
peel back the layer.
Exactly. There's more to it.
Oh, they outshot them. Okay, but were they good shots or were they bad shots? A lot from the outside.
Yes, we've had that discussion.
It's a natural progression of that discussion.
We've had that discussion many times this year about how the Oilers, a lot of shots from the outside, they can't get to the front of the net and get high danger chances.
They don't attack the front of the net.
Exactly.
Man. They don't attack the front of the net. They simply do not. And when they find themselves in a prime scoring location in front of the net, too many times they pass it off to the side.
Yep.
Trying to cross some kind of quasi-royal road, Belsey.
Yep.
When they're already
Just
down the
making
pipe.
too many passes, not simplifying.
Yep. All right, I have more Swainer stats that I'm going to get to, but I think we should hear from Calvin Pickard first. So let's go back to Tampa. Here's Calvin Pickard. Keep those texts coming in, 780-218-9999. We roll on. Here is your goalie from tonight, Calvin Pickard.
This result, it looked like you guys had it right till the very end, but a couple of quick ones at the end turned the fortunes here for you.
Yeah, I really liked how we played. It's not the easiest back-to-back coming from Washington, but I feel like we do things the hard way. We like to do it the hard way, and right from the get-go, we had a good game. Obviously, in the third, they kind of took it to us. They're a great team as well. They had some good looks, but very unfortunate result.
On the defensive side of the puck, what did you like about the execution? Is there anything in particular that stood out to you with the group in front of you tonight?
Yeah, I feel like it's probably the most shots I've had all year, but probably the least amount of big chances that we gave up. So. Yeah, it was really good. We were staying tight, good in the middle. Penalty kill was good sticks. Let me see the pucks, and we kept the goals against that.
How did you feel about your game tonight? It looked like you were dialed in right from the start.
Yeah, it was good. It goes hand in hand. My back's always against the wall. I needed to have a good game here tonight, and I did. It's just an unfortunate result, and but my team, we really made it easier on me. Play good defense, and that makes my job easier.
How do you kind of eliminate some of that noise that might be going around when you say you needed to have a good start? How do you kind of tune that out and make sure that you're ready to play your game?
I mean, ever since I got here, I've been game by game, and it's the hardest league in the world to get into, and it's even harder to stay in. So, really good game for me tonight. Need to build off that. Need to keep throwing that game out there.
All right, I'm going to paraphrase what he said there. He said, that might have been the most shots I've faced all season, but the least amount of high-quality chances I've faced. The goalie said that.
Thank you.
He also said, they made my job a lot easier having pucks on the outside.
It's like, I promise you, I didn't even listen to that post-game interview before talking about that point.
No, you're too busy yelling at us.
Yes. But, I mean, your damn goalie just said it. Like, if there's a guy that would know that was the case tonight, it's the goalie. My point exactly.
He said it. All right. I'm going to read this one from Brian Swain. It's disappointing. The Oilers have 4 regulation wins. I've seen some people texting in about it.
Yeah.
Swainer continues. That's tied for the fewest in the National Hockey League. We're aware of this. Yep. Mm-hmm. The only times in franchise history they've had fewer regulation wins in their first 23 games was 1993 94. That was an abysmal season. That was the first year of them being absolutely like torn apart, where all the guys from the 80s and the 1990 team were basically fired off into the moon to other places for bigger bucks and had enough and saw where things were going here in Edmonton. 93, 94 was abysmal. I'm trying to remember if 92, 93 was any better. 90, 91, they went to the conference final. 91, 92, they went to the conference final and lost as well. 92, 93, I think, is where they started to fall off. 93, 94 was the first year of Jason Arnott, but the team sucked. It was the second year of 4 in a row missing the playoffs before they went back to the playoffs in 97. And then the other time they had this few regulation wins through 23 games was 2007, 2008.
Oh, thank God. Woo. I thought
Shawn Belle did not play on that team.
I was gonna say.
I was in panic mode for a second.
Can we find that's I'll find that.
So the only times
What year was that, Belzy? What year was that?
He's 10, 11.
11.
So the only times in franchise history they've had fewer regulation wins in their first 23 games was 93, 94 and 07, 08, where they had 3 at the time in both of those seasons.
Man, I was sweating. 'Cause I was nervous.
You finished that season with the Avalanche anyway.
And we won the last game.
And you were paired up with Adam Foote.
Boom. Yep. I danced Omark at the blue line too.
He probably defended you like Bouchard on Leonard last
Oh
night.
my God. Don't do that right now.
I'm sorry, buddy.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
It was still a sick move.
I was there. I remember you. You and I had a great conversation after the game.
I know. And Tom Rennie was just staring me down the entire time.
That's okay. He's terrific in your eyes.
Suck it, Tom. Not you, Tom. The other Tom.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
worried for a second there.
I have the stat.
Okay, fire away.
The Oilers in the 2010-11
Yep.
had 5 regulation wins.
Hey!
5.
Yes. It wasn't us.
A couple of shootout losses in there. An OT loss.
Oh, that is so encouraging.
Yep.
We weren't the worst.
Nope. 5.
There was some hope at the start of that season. That first game against Calgary was phenomenal.
Yeah,
You got called up.
That Eberle goal.
Oh,
You got called up a
nasty.
few times that year.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually, Hork told me at one point, he's like, Belzy, you keep playing the same way, you're going to be on this team for the rest of the year. I said, Hork, I love you, but terrific Tom just told me I was getting sent down after the next game.
I was telling the story about the bags that Sam Gagner bought you guys.
Yeah, he basically bought bags for everybody on the team. He went to the trainer, was like, who's on the team? And he bought everybody
Like
bags.
fancy duffel
Like
bags.
fancy like numbers. Like
Yeah.
they were really nice. Orange and blue, they're great. Walk into my stall first day. I got my bag. I wanted 47 actually. It ended up being 45.
Yeah.
But I got my bag. I was like, man, I
Made the
might
team.
actually be on the team.
Yeah.
This is great. Yeah, just kidding.
good guy, Gags. Though.
Yeah,
Awesome
Gags.
guy.
Wicked.
Yeah.
My bag got stolen though in my truck.
No.
That's tough. Yeah,
It
real
sucks.
tough.
Let's go to CJ in Chicago. What up, CJ? Says, good evening, guys. I need advice. I happen to be in South Florida on Saturday. Do I dare go to the game solo, or am I setting myself up for torture? I hate to miss a game when I'm so close, but I don't know what team will show up. Please advise CJ in Chicago. I'd say go.
I'd say,
Yeah, you might as well.
Represent.
To me, I don't think Florida Panthers fans are that toxic. Like just like they don't seem the type to like being all in your face and just be like, oh yeah, Panthers would beat the Oilers in back-to-back Cup finals. But I'm sure you'll hear the odd comment.
They're not
but
the same. They're not the same as they used to be.
Yeah.
So why don't we just put this out there right now? The Oilers are going to beat Florida.
I've seen some people put that in nasty chat.
That'll be in my Saturday picks.
Oh yeah,
Book it.
I like it.
Might as well get your money lines in.
Alberta.
Yep.
Shout out to Jordan from Play Alberta, who is here tonight. Great to see him, catch up with him, all the stuff that they're being a part of. And they're heavily involved with the Elks, heavily involved with the Oilers, Flames, and the Stamps, as well as the Stingers, by the way. And really good to see him. And Maddie McPhee, who I worked with at the Oilers, in tow tonight. So great to have them inside our EST Global HQ. All right, let's get to the player of the game, brought to you by Damon Bunting. Damon Bunting was also here tonight. Great to catch up with Damon. He's been a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He's community-driven and understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Please check him out, DamonBunting.com, or visit his Instagram at Damon Bunting Real Estate, especially if you're looking to buy or sell. He's your guy for sure. Go ahead, Benny.
I'm going to give it to this guy for not only his play tonight, but his play yesterday. He did something that I think a lot of people from even just outside media and Edmonton have criticized this Oilers team of that there's been a lack of this. And that's sticking up for a teammate. Darnell Nurse went and fought, forget the guy's name.
Curtis Douglas, 6'7".
Yep.
That's it?
Yep.
He's only 6'7"? Idiot.
Yeah.
Can we never do that again?
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
I apologize. Continue, Ben.
Darnell Nurse scored 2 goals yesterday. In a bad loss to Washington. He actually wasn't that bad. And today, I didn't think he had a bad game as well. Everyone was pinning him for that overtime goal. You have to make a decision on that 2-on-1. He goes and pushes the guy.
You had a thing to say about that. We'll get to it.
Okay.
After you
Oh,
finish.
I've got a couple things to say
yeah,
because right now the nasty chat, I just got chirped in the nasty chat by Chief Andy, and he doesn't think that I'm fast enough to read what he just said. But hey, my eyes are always ready.
always
They're
good.
always ready.
Yeah, I'm giving Darnell Nurse player of the game because he stuck up for his teammate. He had a good game yesterday. I didn't think he was that bad tonight. And I want to give him some credit from yesterday's game.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Appreciate that.
Nice work, Benny.
Good job, Benny. All right, that was David Bunting, real estate player of the game. Now, Belsey looked in my eyes while he was describing what he had read. And I know this guy and have for a long time, and he looks angry.
Oh, I'm not angry.
Oh, you're just unimpressed?
Yeah, I mean, Chief Andy said that I would need trucks to stop him from skating circles around me.
Chief Andy?
Chief Andy. Chief Andy. Friday, November 21st at 12:15 p.m.
You're
Silent
doing it.
Ice Center.
Calm
I
out.
invite you to join us on the ice. I urge you to come out, check things out. And I'm going to put this on record, Chief. I will beat you going backwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want some, come get some.
Yeah. That's probably
I
not a
wouldn't
good
want
idea
some.
for
I
Chief
wouldn't
Andy.
want some. I wouldn't want some. I'm sorry, Belsey. I wouldn't want any.
So there's that. It's actually, I was talking with the boys today, and we're saying like, wow, like it was Matt I was talking to, not one of our Matties, but he was saying, you know, my son went to Jason Strudwick's defense camp, and you know, Struddy would go out there to be like a simple like snapshot, and the thing would fly, or like he'd start doing some skating drills, and it was just smooth as butter. Struddy's not remembered as a very silky smooth player in the National Hockey League. I remember Ryan Smith, the year after he retired, he came and played in the alumni versus media game to kick off minor hockey week, and he was fast as hell. When we skate with the alumni, whether it's at Silent Ice or with the guys down at the arena downtown, you haven't played a high level of hockey, and you think you can get out there with guys that are retired 10, 15, 20 years, you quickly realize that it was their job to play the game.
12:15, Chief.
It's very humbling.
12:15.
Very humbling.
I have a game at 1, but I'll strap up.
Anyway.
I love this.
I love you guys. Like, it's too much. I love you, nasty chat.
Anyway.
You guys are ridiculous.
Okay, so final thoughts. The Oilers lose 2-1 in OT. Blow it when they had the lead with 2.5 minutes left. We talked about this being a disappointing building block type of game, essentially, going into Florida on Saturday. What are we expecting, boys?
Well, I've already said it. I think they're going to beat the Florida Panthers on Saturday. I think that you have to take positives out of that game. You have to understand, well, what did I do well in that particular game? You had guys that have had better efforts over the last couple games, Darnell Nurse being one of them. If they can find a way to get their top four starting to operate in a top four fashion, it'll help the team. Bouchard's game has been slightly better. Baby steps, gentlemen.
Emphasis on baby steps.
Baby steps. Nurse has been better. Ekholm has been better. Wallman, he was uneventful today. He took a couple shots. He took a hit. He was hurt. But for the most part, they were a better team because they didn't bleed chances.
Right.
They were better on the forecheck. They took less risk in terms of trying to play pond hockey or east-west, chuck wagon races hockey. They were better. So now you got to say, okay, how can we duplicate that effort? How can we say, hey, we need to find a little bit more care and urgency in our game? Well, guess what? You have the Florida Panthers, the same team that just beat you in the Stanley Cup Finals 2 games in a row.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row, sorry.
Gotcha. I got you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I feel like that's a really easy way to get engaged.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying you weren't engaged today. I thought you were much better than you have been in the past. So, go get one in Florida.
And make CJ in Chicago happy. Benny, final thoughts from you.
Yeah, that's it's pretty much the same thought. We talked about this earlier. It's a loss they can build off of. They have a team in Florida on Saturday night hockey. Panthers won 1-0 tonight against the Devils.
It's fitting.
One team held on to the lead, the other team didn't.
Yeah, ironic at the same time.
Ironic, yeah. But I mean, the Florida Panthers have not been great this year either. So I think they're looking at this game going, this is like they won't have to get up for this one. Like this is a team that both teams don't like each other very much. I understand some of the players are gone from that Stanley Cup final, but for the most part, they're still there. Show up Saturday. If you give an effort like you did tonight, I honestly don't mind your chances of winning on Saturday.
We'll see what happens. Should be fun. Another early start. We're on the air, 4 o'clock.
Yep.
Join us for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show live on location. Boston Pizza, 170th Street. Tony and Curtis were here from BP Westgate. Cody from BP Capilano. Oh, man, it was a great time. It was a lot of fun. Thank you to all of our partners and clients who came out to the mixer tonight. So much fun. We appreciate you all very, very much. Great show. Thank you to everybody who watched and listened. We'll do it all over again starting tomorrow at 6 a.m. The boys will break this one down and much, much more right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. For Ben Thompson and Shawn Belle, I'm Tom Gazzola saying have a lovely night, everyone. We'll talk to you tomorrow.